A seismic blockbuster is in the works, and it's got every fan on the edge of their seat. L.A.'s front office is pulling out all the stops to land a premier talent in the late inning mix, and the deal could come down at any moment. If this mega acquisition goes through, it's not just a roster tweak, it's a statement of championship intent. Think shutdown innings, game-time dominance, and a swagger shift that could terrify opponents. But what's the true cost? Who's on the move? And how does this reshape the entire strategy for the season's close stretch? Stay locked in, because we're about to peel back every layer of this brewing blockbuster and what it could mean for Dodger history in the making. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? We've got absolutely massive news developing out of Los Angeles and Minnesota right now. Reports are swirling, and trusted sources are saying that the Dodgers are deep in talks to make a blockbuster move that could bring one of the most electrifying young closers in the game to L.A. Yes, we're talking about none other than Jhoan Durán, the fire-throwing relief ace from the Minnesota Twins, who could be suiting up in Dodger blue sooner than anyone expected. If you've been wondering how the Dodgers are going to strengthen their bullpen down the stretch, buckle up, because this might be the exact power move fans have been waiting for. And don't forget, before we dive deeper into this explosive update, make sure you smash that like button, and if you love staying ahead of the game with Dodgers news, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment. Let's jump into it. So here's what we know. The Dodgers front office has been extremely active behind the scenes as the trade deadline approaches, and one name that's been gaining serious traction is Jhoan Durán. The 26-year-old Dominican flamethrower has become a nightmare for opposing hitters since making his debut in 2022. With a fastball regularly clocked at 100-104 mph and a devastating splinter that dances like a wiffle ball, Durán has established himself as one of the most dominant back-end bullpen arms in baseball. And it just so happens that's exactly what the Dodgers are in desperate need of right now. Los Angeles has been battling injuries to key arms all season. With Blake Trinan still regaining form, Buster Graterol out with lingering issues, and Evan Phillips being stretched thin with high-leverage innings, the bullpen has been shaky in key moments. That's a dangerous proposition for a team with World Series aspirations. Andrew Friedman knows it. Dave Roberts knows it. And if the Dodgers want to go deep in October, they need someone who can slam the door shut in the ninth with authority. Enter Jhoan Durán. Sources close to the Dodgers front office have leaked that talks with the Twins are not only real, they're advanced. Names are being floated, prospect packages are being constructed, and the Dodgers appear willing to part with significant farm system pieces to land Durán. And why wouldn't they? This is a team that's all in on winning right now, especially with the historic signing of Shohei Ohtani, and with Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith all in their primes. Jhoan Durán is exactly the kind of weapon that could tilt a postseason series. He's under team control through 2027, which is another huge plus for L.A. They're not just renting him, they'd be locking in a shutdown closer for years to come. Imagine a playoff bullpen that features a healthy Phillips, a revived Trinan, and then Durán closing it out at 103 mph. That's a scary sight for any team in the National League. Let's talk about the cost. The Twins aren't just going to give Durán away. They're in the middle of a complicated year, hovering around .500 and still technically in the hunt in the AL Central. But the front office is signaling that they might pivot toward a soft retool if the right offer comes along. And the Dodgers, with one of the deepest farm systems in baseball, are in a prime position to make it happen. Names like River Ryan, Nick Frasso, or even top-catching prospect Diego Cartaya have been mentioned in preliminary discussions. L.A. may have to part with 2 or even 3 upper-tier prospects, but make no mistake, it would be worth it. Championship windows don't stay open forever, and the Dodgers know they have a golden opportunity this season to dominate if the pieces fall into place. On the Twins side, it's not an easy decision. Durán is their most electrifying pitcher and arguably their best young asset. But their lineup is aging, Carlos Correa has been inconsistent, Byron Buxton can't stay healthy, and they desperately need young, controllable bats. If the Dodgers offer a package that includes a top-hitting prospect like Dalton Rushing or outfield depth like Andy Page's, it could be too tempting to pass up. There's also something to be said about urgency. The Dodgers know the Atlanta Braves, the Philadelphia Phillies, and even the New York Mets are lurking. All of them are looking to beef up their bullpens too. This isn't just about improving the roster, it's about keeping an elite arm out of a potential rival's hands. That kind of strategic thinking has been at the heart of Andrew Friedman's approach in recent years. Now let's take a moment and break down just how impactful Jhoan Durán has been. Since 2022, his ERA has hovered around 2.20, his strikeout rate is above 30%, and his WHIP is among the lowest of any closer in the league. But those numbers don't tell the whole story. Durán doesn't just get outs, he intimidates. His fastball and splinter combo generates weak contact, ground balls, and most importantly, fear. He's the kind of pitcher who can come into a hostile environment in the playoffs, stare down the heart of an order, and say, "Not tonight." Think back to the Dodgers' most painful recent postseason exits. Blown saves. Inconsistent late-inning relief. Matchups that fell apart when one wrong pitch turned the tide. Durán fixes that problem. He gives the Dodgers a hammer in the ninth, someone who can follow a bullpen game or step in after a short outing and close the book without breaking a sweat. This is the kind of move that wins championships. And the timing couldn't be better. With just weeks to go before the deadline, the Dodgers are positioning themselves as buyers and serious ones. They've already scouted other bullpen options, but none bring the mix of velocity, movement, and intimidation that Durán does. If the deal gets done, it will be a signal to the rest of the league. The Dodgers aren't just in it to contend, they're in it to win the whole thing. Fans are already buzzing on social media. Some are cautious about the price tag, not wanting to lose more top prospects. Others are all in, saying this is exactly the kind of aggressive move the team needs to make. And honestly, both sides have valid points. But when you have the resources, the money, and the ambition that L.A. has, sitting still isn't an option. You strike when the moment is right, and this might be that moment. Imagine a future where October baseball in Dodger Stadium is punctuated by the sound of 104 mph heat smacking the catcher's glove. Where opposing hitters walk back to the dugout shaking their heads. Where the fans know the ninth inning is locked up and safe. That's what Jhoan Durán brings to the table. And that's why this deal could be one of the most impactful the Dodgers have made in years. As the trade deadline inches closer, keep your eyes glued to this developing story. There's real smoke here. The Dodgers are active, the Twins are listening, and Durán may soon be flying west. If and when this deal goes through, we'll be here with the full breakdown and instant reaction. But for now, let's appreciate the boldness of the Dodgers front office for going after elite talent, for not settling, and for always keeping their eye on the biggest prize in baseball, the World Series trophy. And hey, before we go, if you're loving this type of deep-dive Dodgers content and want to be the first to hear every trade, every rumor, every deal, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. This is going to be one wild ride leading up to the deadline, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it. This has been your latest Dodgers update, and if Jhoan Durán ends up in Dodger blue, just remember you heard it here first. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Go Dodgers!